Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. This time is of the Marvel Legends. I believe it's the Build-A-Figure Hulk Endgame Wave 2 Beta Ray Bill. So, let's get started. I may have the wave wrong. I apologize if I do. But I'm super excited. Beta Ray Bill holds a very special place in my heart. I'm a huge fan of Beta Ray Bill. But more importantly, I am doing this for a friend who happened to not make it here. He's no longer with us. And he loved Beta Ray Bill. And he always wanted this toy and this costume. So I'm mostly doing this for your memory. So this is for my friend, and I miss you, and thank you. But again, let's get into Beta Ray Bill. So Beta Ray Bill is one of those cool characters who I've always enjoyed. I have a long history with, and it's really dope to see him in his newer costume that I believe he first appeared with. I'm not sure if it was at the end of Annihilators or when he first appeared in Unworthy Thor. So I got to double check because I can't remember which one. But yeah, I love this costume. It's an updated Beta Ray Bill. We have updated Stormbreaker, and unfortunately, I no longer have the older Beta Ray Bill, but I do have the new one, and I'm gonna talk about him. So yeah, first things first, let's talk about the really cool look of him. You know, I'm not a fan of plastic capes, so hopefully I can get a custom one made. He's kind of on a mix of what I believe is the Luke Cage lower half body. The new arms look like it's probably from the new Herc. I could be wrong, but it's definitely one of those mix up of bodies, which I'm totally fine with. He has two different shades of black, where that his lower legs are different from the mid torso, and this is a more grayish look, and these are a blue gray. But all the color separation is just really nice on Beta Ray Bill. That it just happens to work out really well. But now let's get into the articulation. Beta Ray's wings on his head seem to be a little soft, so they can warp. Should you realize it is getting warped, heat it up, call it a day, right? The head can look up, look down like any other Marvel Legend. You can actually shift it a little bit forward too, so that way Beta Ray gets an extra little Corbinite oomph. Also, it seems like Beta Ray's mouth can open, but mine's might have a little bit of a glue issue, so I'm gonna probably fix that out. But yeah, I like the fact that he can do this. Like, this is really dope. Beta Ray Bill can open up his mouth and talk, obviously. One more thing I want to add about, and I'm going to do this right away, is that they did this ingenious thing with the cape that I wish they would have done sooner. They did this. They did it like little cap buttons where you can take it off, and you don't have to get rid of Bill's nodes. You don't have to worry about the cape getting in the way. You can just pop it off, and voila. Just like that. These two little pieces just come on and off. They pop on, and they hold his cape on really well. So now I don't have to worry about messing up his cape or messing up the figure or cutting out something. It's just one of those things where I'm glad they added it, and it's really nice. Now, as far as the articulation goes, continuing, the arm can go this way. Arms are double jointed, so if you want, sometimes my plastic gets a little caught, but the arm is double jointed. There's bicep swivel as well. That's reminds me, I missed the bicep swivel on Baraka. The arm can go up really far, but not all the way around, due to the shoulder pad being in the way, and it is glued on. So it's one of those things that's going to get in the way of his articulation. But I'm going to spread these arms out to show you this waist swivel gets a little bit of movement. You can obviously go left and right at the upper part. The lower part gives you the extra little bit of swivel, but you can actually get a little bit of forward crunch out of it. Nothing too crazy, but just enough to give you a little bit more emotion. The legs can go out this far. They can go this far forward. Can't go back because he has the butt flat plastic, and then the legs are double jointed. Even with muscly legs, he can do this. There is a thigh swivel, but there's also a calf swivel, and the Marvel Legends standard crazy ankle pivot that allows you to be the best you can be, if not a 100-meter sprinter. So as you can see, Beta Ray can get, oh, there we go, there's that nice double jointedness. And then you have the joint that you usually use for Marvel Legends pegs, right? So, Beta Ray is one of those things where he actually just came out really good, and it just works well for the combination of parts that they chose for him. So as you can see, Beta Ray looks good technically, and no matter what he is doing. Now, I know you haven't seen it yet, but here it is, his magical hammer Stormbreaker. They've extended the hilt of it, made it very long. I know depending on who's drawing him, sometimes it's this small, sometimes it's really long, sometimes it's somewhere in between. It's really up to you, but I believe in Unworthy Thor, it was actually significantly smaller, but I do not mind this longer hilted version. I actually really enjoy it. It works out very well for the toy because he can hold it double-handed, he cannot, and it's really cool. I was about to curse again. I'm in a cursing mood today, so excuse me. Um, but yeah, like Beta Ray with this thing just looks absolutely phenomenal, even without his cape, and it just works out in a way that I kind of want to play with it all the time. For the most part, though, it can hold the weight, but if you're holding the wrist a certain way, it won't hold. So you need to be very careful with that if you want him to hold weight very well. So yeah, here's Beta Ray kind of doing like his angry Beta Ray thing. Then, as you can see here, he'll be holding it. Well, if you want to, you can have him hold it with two hands, and he'll look really cool with it. So yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy the photos because I had a blast doing them, and it's one of those things where it's really fun for me. This is very therapeutic. So yeah, just look how nice this is. Now I'm gonna put his cape back on so you can get the full Beta Ray experience, right? This is so much fun. God, I wish my friend was here for this. And then we get the really cool look of Beta Ray Bill, as seen in Unworthy Thor, and then continued on in Uncanny Inhumans, and then we get a bunch of other stuff. But this is a really nice toy. It's one of those things where I feel like it's probably going to be highly sought after because he's going to be. We haven't had a Beta Ray Bill in over 10, 15 years, maybe more. So it's really cool to have this toy in this form. Now, real quick, I'm going to get into the size comparisons because this is a Marvel Legend. There's not too much to go over. He doesn't come with too much. But yeah. So let's stand up straight up. Let's make him look cool. And now let's compare Beta Ray Bill with other toys. Now, I do not have a Gladiator, which kind of pissed me off because I thought I had one. And I wanted to do an Annihilator shot. So instead, I got some other members. I got another member, which is Silver Surfer of the crew. So here he is next to Silver Surfer. And then we're going to compare him also to Herc. Because Herc is also, he's an Olympian god. But still really cool for them to be together in a group. And as you can see, size-wise, they kind of all mix and match. But Beta Ray looks good next to either one. He has the mass, but not the height, which is really dope, right? Then we're going to compare him to the Olivier Coipel Thor, which they also had a team up there too for Secret Invasion. And as you see, Beta Ray doesn't stand a chance height-wise against this version of Thor. So, but they do look pretty good together. And here he is next to Odin's son, as he's seen in Unworthy Thor. And these two seem to be a much better fit for each other. Right? These actually work a lot better size-wise with each other. And I think these work a lot better. Next up, for those of you who want to compare it and kind of put him with the MCU counterpart, here he is next to his MCU counterpart, Thor. And I think these guys also work pretty well with each other. Yeah, I think these guys work out pretty well. He's a Corbinite and an alien, and so is Thor in this, so they can be different sizes and different masses, right? Now, we're going to compare him to other lines. Here's Beta Ray next to Baraka, right? Voila, there he is. They actually look very nice together, and I think larger Marvel Legends work very well with certain Storm collectibles, especially the Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter ones. Here he is next to a character of normal height, Spider-Man, right? Voila. Next up, Revoltech Iron Man, and this one is the comic book counterpart, so it actually works out very well for this one. I think they look excellent together. Next up, an Articulated Icons Ninja and a Mafex Spider-Man. Right? Ooh, these guys look good, right? Really good. Also a Mythic Legions Orc. And I think as far as beating up on bad guys, these actually work very well against Orc. I can only picture Beta Ray trying to fight a ninja. What sorcery is this? Reveal yourself. Here he is next to a 1000 Toy Synthetic Human and a Kamen Rider Kuga from SHF. As you can see, Kuga is very tiny compared to Bill, but they'd probably be really good friends. He would honor Kuga as a warrior. Here he is next to a Mezco Steve Rogers. And I think we've just about... Oh, actually, these look really good together too. And I think we've just about nailed them in terms of size and things like that. But before I go, one of the things I would like to do is show you Beta Ray Bill holding Thor's weapon from the MCU version of Stormbreaker. as well as his own Stormbreaker, to show you guys, you know, how it would look. So here he is with, actually, no, there we go. So his left hand actually holds it a little bit wider than his normal one. His left hand holds it a little bit wider than his right hand. So here he is with MCU Stormbreaker as well as his own Stormbreaker. And then just in case, here's what he would look like with the Olivier Coipel Thor's hammer. So for those of you that want to compare those two. Voila. Want to make sure you guys see those. In the meantime, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a good night. And as always, do good, be good, drink your water. Later.